What up, YouTube fam? It's your man, Logician, back with some more hot science and true knowledge. And this is about some of my personal experiences with black women and some of their perceptions of me. Of course, this does not cover all black women, and this does not cover everything a black woman ever said to me and nothing like that. But just some sort of strange instances that I encountered throughout my life, and I'm really in this series just trying to give a different perspective of the whole nice guy, black women only want thugs and bad boys type situation. And so my experiences have been pretty unique. One time, going back to high school, there was a young lady that told me, I don't know how we ended up getting, I was going to school for a while. I guess I just I don't know if it was the year I transferred there or the next year, but anyway, me and this young lady ended up talking, and a young black female ended up talking just in the hallway about something, and somehow she kind of guided the conversation to her perceptions of me, and she ended up saying that she thought I was gay because I never tried to hit on her. And that shocked me. That blew me away. That's the first time I'd ever heard anything like that. I don't have any type of characteristics that I guess you would associate with the average homosexual male and nothing like that. So I was like, racking my brain like, okay. What I realized was that later on is that women have categories for men. Most women by the time they're like 23 years old have dealt with hundreds of men. So most women kind of pride themselves a lot of times, generally on being able to categorize a man. This guy, he's this kind of guy, he's that kind of guy. And because they've dealt with so many men and have to on a daily basis. So what I began to realize about myself is that a lot of black women sort of kind of put me into the nice guy kind of category, but I really didn't fit, the typical nice guy mold that they normally put cats in, in these categories. So anyway, she said she thought I was gay because I didn't try to hit on her, and it blew me away. It was another sister who was actually her friend, who was a gorgeous, young sister, was still in high school, and we ended up talking in the hallway somehow, and she ended up asking me what I thought about her the first time I met her, and I told her, I guess I told her I thought she was a cool girl or whatever, she kind of had her own style, it was cool, so I guess I reciprocated the question, and which is probably what she wanted me to do. So I said, well, what'd you think about me the first time you met me? She said, well, I thought you were a lot different from most other guys. And I said, well, why? She said, well, you don't dress like a thug, you don't act like a thug, you don't talk like a thug. This was like 10 years ago. Another time, I met this young sister. I was over somebody's house, and she was a couple years younger than me. I think I was in my early 20s or something like that. And she said somehow, and all these women were attracted to me, by the way. I want to point that out. To make my later point. And this young lady at this house I met, the conversation kind of went to what she thought, or she ended up telling me what she kind of thought about me. She said that I seem like the kind of person that would let a woman run over me, run over me and command me around, and I'd do whatever she said. So she said that, and another big one, this is what I really want to get to, is a lot of black women have told me that I seem like the kind of guy that would date white women, or I seem like the kind of guy that would be attracted to white women. Now, I never dated a white woman in my life. None of these other women ever saw me with a white woman. And so after years of racking my brain about why a black woman would say that to me, I realized that there are these media images and these stereotypical images that are put forth in the media that proliferate and reinforce these stereotypes about black men that if you speak any type of relative proper English, if if you dress a certain way, you know, if you're generally academically accomplished, you know, if you're not involved in certain things, you know, gang activity, selling dope, whatever, and if you're a general nice guy, that must mean you know, you're white. You know, those characteristics are attributed to you trying to be white or denying your blackness. You know, so therefore, you know, a lot of sisters ended up telling me they thought I was the kind of guy that dated, you know, white women. But all these women initiated this conversation with me. I did not initiate this conversation with them, which told me that what it really was they were really attracted to me and they wanted to know more about me, because they didn't really have, they weren't really able to effectively put me into some category that they usually put men in, because there are different elements and different facets of my personality and character that don't fit into the typical, you know, nice guy model. Another thing I want to point out some of other videos, is that black people have, you know, there's a nerd and nice guy in every culture, but in the African American culture, there's the nerd, the nice guy, and then the additional negative stereotype, which is the uppity Negro. Okay, so young, academically accomplished, you know, or just generally intelligent black men that speak relatively different, you know, decent English and are gentlemen and generally act civilized, are attributed to be nerds, nice guys, and uppity Negroes. Okay, so you got to deal with the nerd, nice guy thing, and you got the additional negative stereotype of wanting to be white. No other culture has to deal with this. You know, white people, they don't know how to deal with this kind of stuff, but we do. So it's an additional strain on young black men, you know, that are trying to just come up in this society, and you know, they get generally looked upon, you know, with these, you know, this type of negative stereotype on them, and a lot of women, you know, kind of unconsciously, you know, apply these type of stereotypes along with their categorizing men, because this stuff is really pushed via the media. You look at, I pointed out in my other video about the media with Carlton Banks versus Will Smith, right? You had, was it Carl versus Steve Urkel. You got Jamie Foxx versus Braxton. You had Martin and a bunch of uppity Negroes on his shows. You know, and just the whole general uppity Negro type situation / nerd nice guy that a lot of these sisters are, you know, just programmed to think about this stuff. So I wanted to point out, you know, just a different perspective of how these types of perspectives were applied to me as a young black man. And it's just a spark discussion. I'm not saying it's neither here nor there. I'm not saying it's, you know, nobody's fault and none of that kind of stuff. But it is something that, you know, we need to look at. So anyways, y'all see me on part 2.